and welcome to Can Do Conversations. I am Cheryl Williams, the Can Do Mom.
I'm CJ Williams, the Can Do Dad. Thank you for being here.
Welcome, guys. We are happy to have you with us again today.
Hello.
And thank you guys so much for sharing out the show. We've been getting, a lot of new eyeballs and
Get some traction.
and new ears too, because sometimes you can watch it on YouTube and Rumble and places like that, or you can listen to it on all the major platforms for that. And so we just want to take a moment to thank you all for sharing the show and for leaving, reviews and all those kind of things. That helps us get out there and get more exposure, so more people can know about this, and so we can continue to build a thriving Can Do community. So thank you guys so much. You. We do appreciate it. Now, with that being said, today's topic that we are going to jump and go all in on is something that we've seen a lot of challenges with.
And
we've done it. We've done it ourselves, which is why we can see it in others when they're doing the exact same thing.
100 steps.
And it's like the solution is really simple, right? And so we tend to, though, as humans, overcomplicate it, right? When really it is a very simple solution.
Simplified.
And so instead of having 100 steps and a million different ways and all this different stuff, it's like
dumb it down.
The more that you can simplify and just get it down to its simplest form and don't overcomplicate it, the more success you're going to have.
And the more time.
Because most people, they start out with something like, we're coming up on the new year, and it's like, okay, I want to, what's the big thing?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I want to lose weight, or I want to get healthier, or I want to, whatever someone's resolution is that they start off the year with, right? And so they have this long list, and sometimes they have multiple things they want to work on, right? And so then they have,
at the same time.
Yes, they have lists for all the things. And it's like, well, before I can do that, I need to do all of these things over here, right? I need to clear out the kitchen. I need to get all the good food.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get maybe they want a juice. So I got to get the juicer. And then I got to get all the vegetables. And I got to get the organic ones, not the unorganic one. I got to make sure I don't have the dirty dozen mixed in with stuff. And then I got to make sure I have the right containers.
10 years ago?
Oh, yeah. The right containers to put everything into, because you don't want plastic. You only want the glass.
Yes.
So I got to get that. And then I want to make sure that I have lots of great recipes. So I need to order lots of different books. But then I don't really even know what the heck I'm doing to juice. So I need to order something on that. I need to order this course over here for this. I need to have that. And so you have a million things of what you need to do before you actually get started on doing the thing you said you wanted to do.
And then, holy shit, I have to cut up all these vegetables to juice?
Oh, yeah, you got to get them in the juicer.
I got to cut up all the fruit? Oh, it doesn't fit whole. You got to slice all the bags of apples you have. You got to cut them up first.
And I'm standing my cutting board, so I need a juicing cutting board that is specific for that. And then my knives are very dull, so I need a knife sharpener, and I need a bigger knife to chop through, a lot of the different
Just get new
things.
Knives while you're at it.
So it's like, again, you see the list. You see where we're going with this, right? Or
you're maybe 1,000 in the hole already.
Maybe you don't want to juice. Maybe you want to meditate more. Okay, so you have to get the different meditation apps. You have got to get the course on meditation. You need to buy those books that are on meditation so you can read about how to properly meditate. You need to get the meditation music. You need to have the ambiance of the room set up, so you need to get a different chair.
And remember,
you gotta have the right blanket.
You haven't even meditated yet.
No. But these are all the things that you need to do before you do meditate. You need a meditation chair. It needs to recline, and you need to have the proper music. You need to also get new shades or drapes in your room because it's too bright.
Salt rocks.
You need the salt rocks. You need the singing bowls, because that helps. You also are going to need the red light, because might as well, while you're meditating, have the red light and the salt lamp there to help you.
Yes.
You need to have the proper clothes that aren't nylon or acrylic that could be getting bad vibes going.
Remember, this is the person that takes forever to go to sleep because they're always thinking of things and their mind never stops.
Correct.
So they're going to meditate.
You also need to have the grounding mat so that while you're meditating, you're also grounding.
We have those.
So, again, it's like all the things that you need to have. And you haven't even done the thing you said you wanted to do yet, because everything needs to be perfect. You need to have all of this stuff. Same thing with
And then it'll last a week.
Same thing with like, you know what? You want to start running or you want to work out more. Okay. So then
you got to buy the whole outfit.
You got to get the proper shoes. You got to get the proper outfit. Now you need one for every day of the week. You need your running shoes and you need your workout shoes. You need your indoor shoes and your outdoor shoes. Then you need, it's cold outside, so you're going to need the proper outdoor attire.
Thermal.
But also the gym attire to go with that. But maybe you don't want to go to the gym. Oh, maybe you do go to the gym. But then you also want to have the opportunity to work out at home. So now you need a treadmill at home. You need the weights that you can lift. You need all the bands. You need the proper music for the working out to keep you elevated. You need to get the subscription from the different places to be able to have the thing. It's like, again, we could go through the list on anything and everything, right?
Just do it. Go out and jog.
And so people
without anything
overcomplicate everything.
Yeah. See if you like juice. Go to a juicing store and order a couple order a couple different ones to see what you like, if you even like it at all, before you do that. Instead of deciding.
Or it sounds good.
Or go before you order all the equipment. How about going to a gym first to see if you can even lift weights? Or what, figure out what you like first.
That's the key. You need to first be in the action of doing the thing, because there's a million different kinds of juicers. There's 5 million different kinds of shoes. There's all these different kinds of weights. There's all these different meditation apps. There's all these different books to read. Maybe you want to learn a new skill, or you want to, everyone has different things that they want to do. But a lot of the things that people want to do, they overcomplicate them so much.
And it doesn't take any money.
That it's not something that then they say they want to do it. They write it down. This is my resolution. And they never get to the resolute of the resolution because they never do the thing they said they're going to do. They buy all the crap. It sits there. It sits on the side of the couch. It sits or they don't even return it because they're going to get to it. Then it's past the return period, and you never use the stuff. You're looking over right now, and you can see the pile of stuff that you bought last year.
Thousands in a hole.
That you didn't even buy. You didn't even do anything with.
Probably on credit cards.
So how is this going to be any different? The way you're going to make it different is don't overcomplicate it. Simplify it down to its simplest of form, and do the thing you said you wanted to do. You can then, once you decide, you know what, okay, this is something I'm liking this. I'm liking this juicing thing. Now I heard there's cold pressed. So what exactly is that? Let me research that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, you know what? If I would have bought the juicer I was planning on buying in the beginning, it was a centrifuge juicer thing, and it spit the stuff out certain ways and didn't do. But and it heated the juice up, so
you weren't getting all the nutrients.
You don't know what you don't know, but in the beginning, you don't need to know everything to get going. You just need to go. You need to move. If you want to run that marathon or that 5K or get your 10,000 steps a day, the only way you're going to do that is by taking the steps you need to take.
Because you actually have to take steps.
If you want to lift, 100 pounds or 200 pounds or whatever you want to do, you want to squat or you want to bench press.
Don't order it at home.
You need to start doing something. Maybe you start with the 20-pound dumbbells, right? And work that up. And then you move to the 30. Here. Or maybe you need to get the kettlebell, or maybe you need to go to the gym and find the things that you actually enjoy doing there. Maybe you need to take a few classes. But again, everything that we're telling you to do is get into the action.
Right, or hire a trainer.
Don't overcomplicate and muddy the water and make it some big thing that you've invested all this money into that you don't even know if you want to do it or like it, or maybe you want to pivot or tweak or something, but you're already in over here. It's like, well, crap, I've already done all this over here. I'm in it. It's like, no, make better choices.
You could even have a nutritionist. Maybe you just need your blood work done first to figure out what you're lacking. So take a step back to figure it out. Because you could be on a certain diet or something else, but
it's not serving you.
It could do more damage to you because you're already lacking in something else. So then you'll figure that out.
And the main message here is you are making things harder on yourself than what they need to be. Whatever you say you're going to do, the things that you want to do, you need to get into the action of doing them. Because while you're in the process of doing them, then you learn, you know what? I like this. I don't really like this over here. I want more of this. I want less of that. You know what? I'm actually not going to do this and this because this is really fun for me. Or you know what? This is a good release. Or hey, I really like that meditation where it's like the beat in there. Or you know, I really like the meditation. Or the one that's like it's more spa inspired. Like again, how are you going to know unless you just press the play button and follow through?
clear your mind and figure out why you're meditating. Is it just to clear your mind, or is it to visualize also? Because you can add that in your meditation. So there's different things you can do while you're doing your meditation.
And so what is it that you're working on? What is it that you're wanting to do? Who are you wanting to become? And what are the things that you need to do to get there? And then look at yourself and say, okay, I said this is what I want to do, but what have I done to get there? I've bought the things, right? I'm acting as if I'm that person. But I haven't taken the action. Why? Because if you can
did too much at once.
If you can do all these things ahead of time, it's just busy work. You're just kind of shuffling your feet around, but you're not actually doing something. Mm-hmm. And so that's a mechanism, again, of you getting in your own way, and you're saying you want to do something, but your actions are showing something different because you're not getting the result that you want to get, because you're never getting into the action you said you want to do, because you're doing all this stuff, and then you become overwhelmed by all this stuff. Well, how am I supposed to do all this? And
start with one thing.
It's too much.
Start with one thing. Simplify. Figure out what you like, which thing. Put it on paper. Here's 5 things I want to do. What am I going to start with first? What do I need to start working on first? Maybe I start working on my mind first, then my body, and then break it down from there.
Yep.
So figure that part out
Maybe you're
first.
wanting to read more, so you buy all these books so you don't, because someone said they were
what
good.
What books are you going to buy?
But it's like, okay,
Figure it out first.
Do you even like that? Do you even want to learn about that? Do you want to dive deeper into that?
Yes.
Like, you've got to
Do you need the audio books first?
You've got to figure out, what are you wanting to do? You, not what's trending, not what's cool,
Right.
not what
Not
so
your
and
family
so told
member.
you about. What do you want to do? And then what is the simplest way, the path of least resistance, that you can at least get started in doing that? And then you can up the ante. You can say, okay, I'm doing this. Now I'm going to take it up to the next level. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do that. Okay, you know what? I really like this. I'm going to, maybe you get a Peloton bike or a racing bike, and my butt hurts. I don't like these shoes. I don't want to sit. I actually want to go outside and ride a bike. Well, again, how do you know? So these are the types of things that you have to look at, and you're unique. You are your own person. Figure out your likes, figure out your desires, figure out your wants, figure out what you are wanting to learn and grow and excel in, and then figure out how can you get into doing that thing right here, right now. How can you start taking action on that so you're getting closer to that, not further away, not creating a bigger mountain that you have to overcome before you can even start doing the thing. And then you're going to start figuring out, you know what? Yeah, I want to do more of this. I actually, instead of 1 class a week, I want to take 2. Great, you double down and you go for more.
But then it's going to dovetail into the other things, the other thing that you wanted to do.
Right. So
by you wanting to do this, then now you can start adding on the other thing because it works hand in hand together.
And depending on, maybe you need to do one thing for the first quarter of the year. Right? And then after that, you can continue doing that one thing because now you kind of got that under your belt. Now you can add something else for the next quarter. Or maybe you're like, I want to double down and I want to do more of this for the first half of the year. Okay, great. And then I want to add on something else. So you have to know you, but what we see all the time is people are piling on all the things of all the stuff, and they're not actually doing the thing that they said they wanted to do because they're dealing with all this other stuff they put in their way and created obstacles and hurdles that they have to overcome those before they can actually get into the thing that they want to do. And we're saying scrap all that, simplify it down,
and don't get overwhelmed.
And just do the action. Stop overcomplicating it and making it some huge mumbo jumbo thing when it doesn't need to be that anyway. Just do it. Do the thing. You want to learn how to ride a horse? Start riding a horse. You want to learn how to ride a bike better? Ride the bike.
Yes.
You want to learn how to swim? Go swim. You want to learn how to cook better? Start cooking more. You want to learn how to bake a cake? Start baking the cake. Burn it if you need to, but start baking it.
Yes.
You want to, learn how to run a marathon? You want to, have another business? You want to, work on your spiritual life? You want to read faster? Whatever. You want to type better? Whatever. You want to paint more? You know what it is for you.
And don't overdo it.
And don't overcomplicate it. You want to paint? Get some canvas and some paintbrushes. Or start with watercolors. Or, again, figure simplest of forms and
not
start
the biggest thing
doing
possible.
it. Start going after it.
If you want to paint, don't grab the biggest canvas you can because that's what you saw online. You're going to have to start with a small canvas first to figure out what you're doing. Blend your colors. Maybe you go bigger, but you're going to have to figure out your palettes. You're going to have to figure out everything you want to do, but just start small. Get started, but you get going. Get to going, because you're going to learn by doing it. You're going to learn by doing it.
Just like if you want to be a better speaker and you read all about it and you watch other people
Get on
speak,
stages.
if you're not up speaking in front of people, all of that is not helping you. Yeah, you're okay. This person, you need to learn for yourself. How do you get face time? You get up on stage and you speak,
and you know what you're talking about.
And so pick a topic that you know something about, right? That you can get up and talk and that you can answer questions on. Really, that's what it is.
Yes.
If you had a 15 to 30 minute presentation and you could answer people's questions for another 15 to 30 minutes, you have an hour long something that you can do, right? And so if you're sitting back and saying, these are things I want to do, but I need to go to speaking school and I need to read a bunch of books. And no, you don't. Could those help? Yeah. But guess what? Guess what the biggest help is? Doing it. Jumping into the deep end and saying, you know what? I'm swimming. I'm doing this. I'm doing the thing I say I want to do. I'm not going to make the excuses and build the roadblocks for myself as to why, well, I don't have any stages to speak on. I don't really know what I want to talk about. I don't have slides. I don't have a presentation.
You don't need a slide.
I don't have a clicker. And
you don't need that stuff.
I don't have, no. Guess what? There's plenty of places
they have it for you
that would love for you to come and speak for 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Go to Aria.
Like all kinds of places for you to go. Go to meetups and get in front of people.
Yep.
You want to network and meet people and speak, get out there and start doing more. And so again, it's like, it doesn't matter what the thing is that you want to work on. What we're saying is simplify it down to the actual thing.
Don't go shopping.
And don't let all of these things get in the way of the thing that you're actually wanting to do. Because that is what we see all the time. It's like, I need this, or I have to do that, or before I can do this, I got to do that, or this is excuse. And all we hear is excuse. And so you have a mountain of excuses, and so then you can't even see the thing that you wanted to do anymore because all this stuff is in the way.
Right. So what's going to happen is you're going to stop. You're going to have your list. Okay, I attempted to do this. I attempted to do that. I have 3 more things that I want to do. Maybe you go back to it because you got rid of all the stuff. And then by simplifying that, by not doing this stuff, then you can learn the one-on-one. You can learn, get a trainer. Okay, I'm not going to do this on my own. I'm going to get a trainer now. Oh, I'm going to get a swim coach. Oh, I'm going to go jogging with some friends to learn how to jog properly. And then do more and more and run further.
And so the point of this conversation for you today is, how does this apply to you? You know yourself better than anybody else. You know the excuses that you've made and the hurdles that you've put up and all the things that you've done in the past to stop you from getting what you actually want to do. And so don't let that be you this time, right? See that for what it is, learn from it and say, okay, I know how I do things. I know that I need my list and I got to check it twice, just like somebody else. And maybe you're naughty and maybe you're nice. You never know, right? And so you put all these things on your list and then you say, I got to do all of these things before I can do the thing I actually wanted to do. It's like, no, you don't. Scrap all that stuff and just do the thing that you said you wanted to do, and the rest will start coming together, right? You'll start being able to put those things together and do more of that because now you're in it. And so then you have a different perspective because now you're not just talking about it, you're actually doing it. So then you're like, you know what? Yeah,
now you're liking it.
I do need this thing, this little gadget or this little gizmo or this thing. Or,
you need to watch.
You'll know more of what you need, or I do want this or that. Okay, great. Then you're in it and you're not stopping to do that. You're doing the thing and now you're adding that on to it and it's enhancing what you're already doing.
While you're growing.
Right.
You're growing, so you know you need a watch for your jogging and keep your time, and you know that already without pulling out your phone to see what's going on. How many miles did I go? Damn, I didn't even got a half mile yet.
So it's all of these things that you know you. You're probably sitting over there chuckling and like, yeah, that's me. I've done that. I have the list. I've
returned all that stuff.
I've got all the stuff sitting over here I didn't even use from last year or the year before. I gave it away. We sold it. It's just, I thought I'd still use it and I haven't. Like, don't let that be you again, right? Patterns repeat themselves, right? And the more
Every
you
year.
do something, the more you continue to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it
So
just happens. You just
stop.
lean that way. And it just takes you on that path.
So stop here and now and look inward and say, okay, what is it that I want to do? How am I
pick.
going to do that? Choose that and start doing that. And don't wait until the new
Have
year.
your
Start
top 5,
now.
top 3. Your top 3. Just do it.
Just start going.
And then pick.
But going after it. And then a lot of people are wait until the new year. If you start getting all
Don't
your ducks
wait.
in a row now, just start doing it now.
Yes.
You'll have actually a few weeks.
You already be kicking ass by the new year.
You already have a few weeks in and under your belt, and then you start going, and so then you can, you've got more experience and you have more, and it's like that's
Baby steps.
That's how you learn. You learn by doing. You learn what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do more of, how you want to tweak it, what you might need, what you definitely are like, I'm glad I didn't get that because
I'm
I
not
didn't need
juicing that celery anymore.
Right. So all of the stuff, and this is how you do it. You do it by doing it. Talk, plan, take action. It's the action component that you have to have over and over and over again. And
Put your credit card away.
don't talk yourself into something that then you put together your plan, and your plan
and
is
then you're like,
a
hell
mile
no.
long,
No.
and so you never get into the action because you're always in the talking and planning
it's too
stage of
much.
things. And so flip that and talk about it, put
Reverse
together a quick plan, and then get into action immediately on it and stay in continuous action. Action today and action tomorrow is great, but if you stop the next day, you're not building any momentum. You're not staying in action. And so that's the other thing with most people is they're gung-ho in the beginning, and then it peters out, as things
like
go
our
on.
son.
It's like, I don't know if I really want to do this.
Yeah, we go walking or jogging, and our son
They're
goes
going.
full speed.
Yeah, full speed.
And then he's burnt out.
He's like, I had to walk
done.
more. It's like you gotta ease yourself into
Momentum.
these things because you're in it for the long haul, right?
Easy
You're in it
pace.
for the long term
Easy pace.
of this. And so, can you speed up and then slow down and speed up and slow down?
You can.
Could you go full speed ahead? You could. How long are you gonna be able to do that for, though, is the question, right?
Then burn yourself out.
So just keep moving, keep trudging along here and trekking along and moving. As long as you stay in action and stay in movement on the thing, you're going to get closer and closer and closer to what you want to be doing, where you want to be going, those skills that you want to be learning, and becoming the person that you want to become in all areas and aspects of your life because you're now in action. You're not overthinking it, overcomplicating
And then that will change your life.
Yeah.
Just by always doing that, it's going to change your life and everyone around you.
And by doing the things you said you're going to do and not just talking about them and saying, well, that would be nice, but it's da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that'd be nice,
because the old you did that.
It's the excuses, right?
Yes.
And so rip off the Band-Aid, go all in.
Go forward.
Start getting the results.
Get that
start
momentum.
taking the action and get that momentum behind you. And then you can, grab the things that you need while you're in it.
Right.
Instead
Slowly.
of all ahead of time and you don't even know what the heck you need.
What is that I bought?
I was told I need that thing. I need that.
I don't know what it's for.
They
Is
told
that a
me
snorkel?
it was a recommended thing. They said I needed for this. So again, we laugh about it now. When you're in it doing it, though, it's not always very funny, right?
No.
So again, take a deep breath and then address what it is that you want to do on its simplest of forms.
And
Don't
have the faith
overcomplicate
that
it.
you can do it.
And then start taking action and stay consistent in it, right? If you do the first couple weeks of January and then you fall off, you didn't really get any traction. You're not going to have the results that you're looking for. And so, if you're starting on a business endeavor or you're starting you've got to continue. You've got to be in it for the long haul. It's going to be January and February and March and April and this year and next year and the year after that. Keep it going and then add things as you go along to continue to elevate, to continue to push yourself and to continue to grow. All right, guys, that is our conversation for today. Thank you so much
for being here.
Joining in. Make sure you send in
Thanks
your
for
questions
listening or watching.
that you might have, and we will talk to you again on a next episode. Until then, we love you guys. And
Love
remember,
you. Bye-bye.
we can do it, and so can you.
Bye-bye.